Welcome to another video on the sun. This is trying to explain how the sun is working on our flat earth realm. A lot of flat earthers don't understand it. It's to do with the magnetic field. The sun is just an image. First we have to realize there's three images of the sun, or you could say there's three suns. You only see one image, of course, and that's on your arc of horizon. But we have to understand there's always a trinity. The physics of Earth has to be viewed as a trinity. There are always three aspects to consider. One, you've got creation. Two, the projection. And then you've got the mirroring. But in our physical realm we have the three, which is the projection of the sun from creation, because the creation is back at the central vortex of creation and above the Arctic there, inside this tight magnetic field. You can consider this is the slice of flat earth, right? Consider this as the magnetic field, both sides, all around the central hyperboloid of the torus field, right? In there is magnetically locked. This is the magnetic field, the torus. So we've got the creations in here. It's outside of our realm, because we're in this realm here. This is 0 point. That's creation. That's where the actual sun, the plasma, is being created. It's suspended in that tight magnetic field, just like the tokamak. So it's back here, right, on the horizon of this black hole. But in our realm, our exploded realm, which becomes a toroidal field from the hyperboloid center, we get the image of the sun here. Okay? And that's connected to the Milky Way, which comes over. So we get an image at the end of the Milky Way. So this fluctuates. It's like a heartbeat. It's a vortex in here, S-curve, vortex. You pull the S-curve out, stretches out, doesn't it? Well, if you stretch the S out, what's happening? The field becomes stretched out. You get it out up in this image here. You can imagine this image being stretched out. When it compacts up, presses, then the field gets drawn up and in. So as this fluctuates, the sun here moves north or south. Okay? Northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. And as this moves in and out, because look at the shape of the magnetic flux. And this, you've got to think that this acts like a mirror. It's a mirror effect. So we get an image here, and you get an image here. This is a meridian from the center Arctic to the Antarctic. We're always getting this image out here, and this is why you get a projection back to every observer. Everybody gets a projection back into the man's personal arc of horizon, all due to this mirroring effect. So there's your three suns in the physical world. And then you've got to consider a fourth would be the creation, the sun of creation, the pure plasma. These are all just projections. Projected from there, moves around the flat earth system. Well, inside that, imagine inside here. So you've got this here. Let me find something else. You've got the flat earth system. The sun is moving around. Is it from the center out? Is the so one of these is the straw out of the cup as that moves around 360 degrees here to a 24-hour day. The Milky Way over into here, the tropical gap, where we see our sun. Well, we imagine we see the sun there, but you actually see it on your personal arc of horizon. Okay, so there's your three. There's the real one back there. Now, as this fluctuates up and down slowly over the year, which is like one heartbeat over a year, we get it's the ecliptic plane that's flexing. So across here is the ecliptic plane. So it flexes down. If it flexes down at creation, it's going down, is going out in our realm. So then you come up to our realm. So imagine this is the Arctic centre, and there's the Antarctic. The sun starts getting pulled up and in, like this, or back down and out. Okay, and then when this S compresses upward, it's all being drawn up to the centre north. It goes into the northern hemisphere. So when it's stretched out, it's the southern hemisphere's summer, and when it's drawn back in, which is actually due to an overlay in the magnetic fields, the south comes along and goes like this. It's being drawn in. So we have to imagine it being, it's described in myths and legends and religion as going down like this. Earthquake, subduction. And then it becomes an equal. This is a 3:2 ratio, but because of this overlap, there is a point where both fields are dead equal. Okay, balanced. It's to do with the equinox. So understanding that, so there's your flexing of the ecliptic plane. Down and out, your southern summer. So the sun is all the way around the flat earth system. Then it starts coming back up, and then you have the equinox there, and it carries on up to the northern hemisphere solstice. Going up is going in and up in our realm. Okay? So you've got, realise the Antarctic North Pole is the weak force. They're both North Poles. Centre Arctic, North Pole is the strong force. Arctic North Pole is weak. Antarctica North Pole is a weak force. The South Poles are at the tropical gap. These are the two South Poles. Each hemisphere has its own magnetic cycle. That's quite obvious, because we get a suns and a lemma in the south, and then you get a suns and a lemma in the north. These are the feet. On the banks of the Nile, is the banks of the Jordan, it talks about religion with washing the feet. On the river banks, it's all about water. This whole realm is full of moisture. So think about this, tomb of illumination. Do with your support. When the creation vortex is stretched up as an out, like a heart, when you unwind a heart, it actually comes up to spiral. Our realm is pulled out, southern hemisphere. When the central vortex shrinks back, then our realm contracts up and in, northern hemisphere. So out here in the Antarctica, there's the point of confinement. We're all magnetically locked in this realm. We can't leave this toroidal field. It's a plane in the middle, right? There's Earth. There's the flat Earth. So imagine it's the physical world. There's the Antarctic centre, say. So the field gets drawn up like this and out again. But look, you flip it upside down, you're getting this effect here. Because creation is perpendicular. It's normally perpendicular to creation. So sometimes you have to think of things backwards, or not perpendicular, right angles. Right angles, or flipped inside out. It's an inside out creation, isn't it? It's how a toroidal field works. It's inside out, inverted. So what do we got here? On a whole, this is centralized over the Arctic centre, okay? All the way out to Antarctica. So the sun moves. But two, we can imagine, use this to imagine the equator between each hemisphere. So we have to draw the tropical gap through here. So there's one hemisphere, and there's the other hemisphere. Realizing the mirror effect, okay? You've got a projection from there to there, then you have the mirroring effect from there to there. In and out is up and down. So if you did a rotation of stars here in a bowl like this, they would turn up coming down here like this. which are coming back into man's arc of horizon, on your personal arc of horizon. Okay? Understanding that. So just imagine that's the tropical gap there, centralised between the north and the south pole. I haven't got that on my mind at the moment. It's quite tricky trying to explain the whole thing, keep it on your mind when you know you've got three aspects going on at the same time. That's why it's so tricky to understand the flat Earth system. Okay, just like to truly understand Earth, you need to understand the globe, the Gleason map, and the Mercator map. The equidistant projection of the Gleason map, how everything expands as we move south, and I mean everything. And then we have to consider the Mercator map, because we're expanding with the field as we move. Then everything is relative to the observer, so all arcs of longitude, even though they're verging out, are all parallel relative to the observer moving south, because he's expanding with it. This is why we have the Mercator map. And then you have the globe if you want to see the models, the continents on this ball. So there's the sky up here in the north, and then here's the guy down south. By the time he gets down here, he's this big giant guy here. It's all relative to the observer, so there's no real expansion going on relative to the observer. So is it getting big out here? Oh, you might think it is, because you've looked at a Gleason map, but you've expanded with it. Get my point? It's all relative to the observer. Southern hemisphere. The sun we all see is due to the mirroring effect. It's all mirroring. In the moisture-filled atmosphere, and this curved field, it just creates a mirrored projection. So there's a lot of thinking to go on. And I can't explain this part now. I've had this on the board for a couple of days, and I've lost how to explain this everything. Well, we've got this here. This is the northern solstice. The sun's going around, and down the south the sun is going around. And I've explained plenty of times how these stars across in the north here, projected up from the centre Arctic, are parabolically projected into the south like this. Well, this is what's going on with the sun. The sun's going around you there, but as it comes down here, it's tilting. And that tilting is part of this nighttime system. And then it ends up like this, circular again. It goes up like this as it comes down the season. It's all around you in the southern hemisphere. All around the flat Earth system, the sun is going around you, around your arc of horizon for 2 weeks, if you're further than 66.6 degrees. And then the season starts coming back up, and you start losing some below the horizon. See, it's going down below the horizon. That's the nighttime half. Doesn't mean you're living on a ball. No, but it's one aspect to explain things, isn't it? That doesn't answer everything. It's not reality. It's not the physical world. It's just a model. So it's going down, and then it comes like this. So you've got to imagine we're on this side, not the tropical gap. The tropical gap's over here. So you could say you're up here and you're right there at the equinox, and then it goes like this. Equinox, then like that. I probably can't explain it any more than that. Just take this model. Equinox, north. Understanding the mirroring effect here. You can make this model. The guy No Fanfare, he's jumping on the... He brought up the subject Well, he made it clear to me that he had been doing the same thing when I first was doing it, but he went to the trouble to make up some models, and he might have been touching on it before me, but I had it on my videos, and now he's showing this model on one of his videos. But I was the first to come show the world this because, well, not quite, it was the guys who made it. Some other Kiwis here in New Zealand. Okay, that's how it all works. But these are infinite. There's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're infinite. It's all projected from here. So you can imagine one of these as being one man's arc of horizon, his meridian from north to south. He will see one of these two images here, right? This guy's seen these two, but they're infinite because every man is on a meridian, north to south. And that's how he sees the world. So there you have it, guys. I can't explain it better than that. Understand this. Understand the creation is back here, because that's Eye of Ra, because the black hole flexing up and flexing down. I've done a video on this, but it might be in my Patreon, how this is all connected to religion. The domes, the sovereign orb, all that sort of stuff, all on my Patreon page. Thanks for watching. I hope that comes out alright, because I'm playing around with my camera at the moment, getting all the colours right. It hasn't seemed to be working lately because it's been all on auto. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share.